everyone, welcome to Anna Loves Messages from the Masters.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is really movie reviews and more. So we're at her home, and I wanted to interview her, so she's going to open the show like she was going to open the show. But this is really movie reviews and more, the Women's Broadcast TV Network. I'm Brian Sebastian. This is Anna.
Hello, Anna Love.
And the reason I wanted to talk to her about, because you've been very, very busy lately, and the last time you read me, things have been happening. Lots of things.
Wow.
So, I wanted to talk about, how did you get this started and everything? When did you know?
Sure. When did I know that I was psychic?
And is that what you call it? Because that's different from what you
Yeah,
do
it
from
is.
everybody
I
else.
think it is a little bit different. I feel like, I would say that I feel like my intuition is very keen. But I've known this since I was a teenager.
So you hit it then?
I did.
Yeah.
I hit
That's
it.
really, really normal. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know I didn't know that, but I figured, and I only say that because I felt like if I did tell someone,
Yeah.
I would just I don't know, like they would criticize me, or just I would feel weird, because I used to get called weird when I was younger. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So it was, it was just, it made me feel like I was different, and I wasn't sure. So I'm Serbian, so in our culture we read Turkish Coffee, and so I grew up reading with my mom, my grandma reads, and so I watched them, I listened to them do it, and no one ever taught me.
Yeah.
But I used to watch them do it, and then so I became a little bit curious when I was a little bit older, and I read for a friend or two just to try, and then they would come back to me and say, hey.
Yeah, but when you did that though, were you actually looking into it? Because you didn't know you knew how to do it, right?
No, I had no idea. I knew.
So
how to do
you
it.
just started looking at the coffee grinds?
And that's the thing. That's the part that gets very interesting. The part that gets very interesting is, and that's why I say it's my intuition, is because I have to trust what I see. I have to trust the information that is coming to me, because there was a lot of times that that I've tried to read before, but I didn't say what I wanted to say because I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know why this information is coming to me.
Yeah.
And then I'd find out, something that I didn't tell them, but I wanted to tell them happens. And I'm like, oh my God, wait,
Yeah.
I knew that. And so it started happening like that.
I'm getting like that. And what makes this interesting is because when we were last here, October sometime, we talked. The show was 29 minutes. But we talked for like 3 hours afterwards. There was a lot that wasn't said on there because we didn't really want some things to be said because there's a lot of good information on there.
Right.
Well, it's all starting to come true, which is interesting. Because I forgot to ask you, when you see stuff, is there a time limit that you see? Or no, it's like the spirit world. There isn't a time limit unless you do like a 3-month kind of thing. But do you do that?
I don't do time limits.
Yeah.
No,
How do you know?
For me, I feel like it's more of an intuitive feeling. So if I look at your cup, I can feel like, and especially if it's something that resonates with you now, then I know that it's now. You know what I mean? If I'm mentioning people that you don't know of, so I'm assuming, intuitively that you are going to meet this person or that you're going to come across this person. A lot of the stuff that I do see, and I don't ever put a time on it, but I do ask people to think about whatever they want before they come see me. And those are the things that happen to show up in your cup. And those are the things that I can see. So when I start to read for you, and that's why I encourage people, if something resonates with you and makes sense, tell me. Because then it allows me to see further and to see in more detail.
See, that's really interesting.
Answer more questions.
Because I'm looking at coffee cups and grinds now, like, this is possible? I know I can't do that, but I do have, you have woman's intuition, I have intuitive knowing, which is the exact same thing, except yours is probably just at a higher level. But my consciousness is being raised because of when I was last here, because I've changed my thinking around. And I really want to stay in that zone of everything, because I do have 2 women coming next month. So I want to keep all this on, and my money is starting to come. So I want to keep all this going. So that's why we're back here doing all this stuff. And I wrote all the stuff down, so I look at it a lot, especially when I'm making phone calls and sending out all those emails. I'm like, my mind is there. My intention is just on it.
Wow.
But what I had forgotten to ask you, I'm like, what's the time frame? Because you don't know sometimes.
I don't know.
And there's a couple people I still haven't met yet, but I know they're coming. But you can't always say, oh, I'm going to meet this person here, and then look for them because you may be looking at the wrong person.
Exactly. That's very true. And quite honestly, it's what you're thinking. So if you're thinking future before you come to me, what's going to happen with, I don't know, whatever, my business or my, this and that. Those are kind of the things that somehow I can see.
You know what I'm always thinking? I'm only always thinking 3 months.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking that, that's kind of what what's showing up for you and what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But then I did notice too when you engaged with me a lot, and you knew who I was talking to. It happens a lot, but when you engage with me, it just kind of opens up.
Yeah. Especially when you were looking at the dollar number.
Oh yeah, because you kept on asking me.
Yeah.
And we got to the dollar amount. We got to the exact dollar amount.
Yeah.
But it kept popping up in different places though for me.
That was interesting. Yeah, because the more precise it became, you could see little things there.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now you got a lot of people coming.
I do.
And then so it's interesting to see your videos going up. Give them your website.
Oh yes, of course. So my website is it's a YouTube channel, and it's Anna Loves Messages from the Masters. You can find me there, and I have some videos up. I do videos once a week. We do filming, and I have people that I've known come to do a reading. People who I have never met before in my life come to do a reading. Sorry. And Anna Loves Messages from the Masters, and my Instagram is AnnaLove033. You can find me on Instagram and follow me there. But I'm really doing this, because I want to help people get answers.
It is very helpful. I always peep. I'm always watching the numbers. I'm looking to see what's going on with things. You had your friend come up from San Diego. I thought that was interesting.
Yes. She actually was just in Chicago prior to that.
Right.
She got to LAX and drove, I'm sorry, not LAX. She got to the San Diego airport and drove all the way up here just to get some answers.
See, I pay attention to who's coming up here.
You
Have you read this guy named Lamore yet? Have you done his too?
I did, actually. I did his a few years back, and it was very interesting because everything that I said came true.
Really?
Yeah, and it did happen within like a 3-month period, to be honest. He didn't believe what I was saying at the time, but once it happened and we remembered that I did a reading for it, because I was just doing it for fun.
Right.
It was just, it was just for fun. And so honestly, you asked me how all this kind of happened, and so I have this, gift, and my son Stefan, we were talking one night, we were just sitting here and talking one night, and he's like, Mom, you really, this is very interesting what you can do. It's unexplainable. This is very interesting. You should show people.
Right.
You should really share this with the world. You should do this. He's like, you should just start a YouTube channel and just do it.
Yeah, I watch your numbers.
So yeah, you do. So here I am, and so I have, Lamore, he does all the work behind the scenes, and we just sit here and put these videos out for people to see, because it is very interesting.
And you have a lot more people coming to you now too.
I do, yeah, I do.
What's that like?
It's well, to be honest, I'm still amazed at the gift. You know, I've embraced it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still amazed that every time, you know, I'll flip your cup over and look at it, that I can see into someone's life. I can see
I
into
just still can't fathom that.
their thoughts. I can see into people who are, you know, close to them, or what they're doing currently in the present moment. Sometimes, it's just, you know, and people will appear to me, you know, images, and I can describe them, and you know, and there's, for me too, that's, you know, it's something that I'm still trying to. I'll never understand it, but so when you ask me how that feels, you know, I can't sometimes believe that the things that I can do. So, you know, when someone's coming to me, I'm like, oh my God, is it gonna work again? You know, I'm like, am I always gonna be able to do this? And it just, because it's on command, you know. Intuition for me, you know, when we all have intuition, everyone has intuition. We all have, you know, these thoughts that come to us, and sometimes we know things. Sometimes, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done this. I knew I should have, you know, I should have gone this way, or didn't, you know, wasn't supposed to do this because something's speaking to you. But when it's on command, when I'm just sitting here with someone and they're like, okay, go. You know, that's the part for me that I just, you know, I'm trying. And I'll never, like I said, I'm not, maybe I shouldn't even try to understand it anymore, because it's just not something that I'll ever understand. So, is it psychic? Is it something else? I don't know. I'm not sure what to call it.
Who was the first person you read? Do you remember?
The very first person I've ever read?
Yeah. And was it weird when you were just looking at the coffee grinds? Was that weird? It just popped out to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't remember the first person that I read, but I do remember, for instance, my friend Georgia. She had told me that I read her about 12 years ago.
Really?
I don't remember doing that,
Mm-hmm.
but she did say that everything that I told her happened. And so that's why she, you know, she drove 3 hours from San Diego. But prior to that, which is very interesting, one thing that she did do and I didn't know that I could do is, because she lives in San Diego. So she's like, oh my God, I wish I was there. I wish you could read for me. And I said, well, I don't know. Why don't you just send me a cup of your picture? A picture of your cup. What is wrong with me?
Did it work?
So, yeah, so she took a picture of her cup and she sent it to me, and it worked.
Really?
Yes.
How long did that take?
I was sitting in bed. I had just woken up. I, you know, opened my messages and I saw, you know, like 5 different pictures of her coffee cup. And she was drinking a different type of coffee. It wasn't even Turkish coffee. It was like some.
Oh, it still worked, huh?
It was very interesting.
That's interesting.
It was very interesting. I looked at it and I said, I really don't even know how I'm going to do this. But I zoned in, and I told her exactly what was going on in her job, and those were her concerns with her boss and with, you know, other employees, and things that, you know, things that were going on in her life that she needed answers to. I was able to give them to her through that cup.
That's interesting. Can you do your own?
I haven't really read my own.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I haven't tried really. I mean, to be honest with you, I have seen my cup. Like, I'll put it, you know, I drink coffee.
Yeah.
You know, and I put it over there to the side by the sink, and then you know, I've passed by it a couple times, and I look and I'm like, oh wow. Instantly, you know, I start seeing things. So I have read just a very, very little bit of myself, but I don't really. I do not sit and drink coffee and read for myself. No.
That's interesting. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And for me, like, there's reading a coffee cup. It can represent 2 different people. You know, I feel like, you know, this side over here towards the one that faces you represents you, and then the other side of the coffee cup represents the other person who's involved.
Well, I have to say, mine is happening, and I'm very excited about that, and I look forward to more. And it's almost like you can't go looking for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
It's just
right,
you just have to stay on your path, and
right.
they come this
Yes.
way, and things are coming this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the property to the other shows in Tennessee to that. People,
Give
them your website one more time.
Oh yes, so my YouTube channel is Anna Love. Anna Love's Messages from the Masters, and my Instagram is Anna Love 033. So subscribe, like, comment. Any questions that you have, I'd love to answer them if we haven't covered them here today. I love to receive any type of feedback. So yeah.
And mine is Movie Reviews and More on YouTube. Movie Reviews, the letter N more. And then you'll see the stuff that we do also on the celebrity side, the movie side, gifting suites, red carpets, and things like that. Because there's a lot of great things coming on, which is why I wanted to come back. So now that we did this follow-up, I look forward to the year turning because there's a lot of great things happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we will see you next time, and definitely come check her out because you will not be misled. You will actually be guided to your higher self, and have some fun at the same time, and be pleasantly surprised.
Right.
We will see you. Who knows when we'll see you?
Yeah.
Next time, next year.
Next time.
See you later.
Bye.